Life has a way of pulling us in every direction except the one that truly matters. We fill our days with obligations, tasks that drain us, and roles that barely scratch the surface of what our hearts actually crave. Somehow, somewhere along the way, many of us let go of the things that keep our spirits thriving. But you don't need a dozen hobbies or a grand mission. Sometimes, all it takes is one thing, one simple passion, to keep your soul alive. And yet, in this fast-paced world, it seems too many are drowning in routines that leave them numb, unsure of what it even feels like to live with genuine satisfaction. Let's be real, the world isn't always kind. There's no shortage of challenges, no limit to the unexpected struggles that seem to appear just when you thought you were finding your balance. But it's also true that deep down we're resilient. We're wired to search for light in the darkest places. It's just that when you've been stuck for so long, you forget that this light is even out there, let alone that you have the power to find it again. If you're feeling caught in that rut, questioning if real fulfillment is just a fantasy reserved for those with fame or fortune, you're not alone. So many people, even those you might look up to now, have been where you are. They've faced those moments when nothing seemed to make sense, where life's weight pressed down with a force that felt impossible to lift. The truth is, everyone on this journey has struggled at some point. And it's not about escaping these moments entirely. It's about using them as fuel to spark something new, something real. Take a moment and consider this. What if the fear that holds you back wasn't there? Imagine if the dread of judgment, the worry about what others might think, suddenly disappeared. What would you attempt if embarrassment didn't matter? Maybe you'd audition for that acting gig, even though your resume lists receptionist as your only role for years. Perhaps you'd proudly tell others you're a YouTuber, even if your subscriber count barely scrapes past 200. The shame we attach to starting small is the very thing that keeps us from starting at all. But let go of that, and your world shifts. We're not saying to abandon your responsibilities overnight. Bills still need paying, families still need feeding. But what if you allowed yourself just a bit of time each day to cultivate something that truly matters to you? Call it a passion project, call it a side hustle, or call it the one thing that reignites that spark within you. Whatever you name it, give it some attention, an hour here, an hour there. The goal isn't to instantly make a living from it, but rather to slowly build it into something that feeds your spirit inch by inch. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It could be writing, building model cars, baking, crafting furniture, or singing in the quiet corners of your home. What matters is that it's yours. It's something that belongs to you, something that pulls you away from the monotony of life and reminds you there's more to this existence than the grind. It's that light, however small it may seem at first, that will eventually grow to guide you toward a life where you're not just surviving, but truly living. Start now. Find that thing you can pour your heart into, even if it's just for a few minutes a day. Let it breathe and grow, and watch as it becomes a lighthouse in the fog, steering you away from the complacency that's been holding you down. This isn't about a quick fix or a sudden leap into a different life. It's about the slow and steady revival of the parts of yourself that have been neglected for far too long. The rat race will always try to keep you distracted, running so fast you don't even notice what you're passing by. Don't let it steal the one thing that can bring you back to yourself. Make your living, but don't forget to live. Nourish that passion until it becomes the flame that lights your path forward. Because that's how you keep your soul alive, one inspired moment at a time.